Hello, this is Christy. I've got a project that I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with Christine's RIC RAC. Excuse me. Christine's Travelling Nanna's RIC RAC. I've had it here for a while, but I've just been busy with all my other projects and I just need to get things finished. Otherwise, I just can't start from one project to the next. Now, I'm just talking a bit fast. I just need to slow down because I couldn't catch my breath. So I've just found the other part of the RIC RAC, which I thought I lost, but I didn't. So I'm happy about that. And then we have the label, which will be going inside. I'm going to be using this. I got this from Beck from Sewbits Home, or Sewbits Curated, Sewbits in Newcastle when I went for my retreat. And Christine then also, don't forget, she sent out these lovely prints. Now I think this sort of all goes together. And then I got this print a while ago and I'm thinking I'm going to use it, but it will be too small. I might have to use half of it and then use half of the top of the bag and use half of the bottom of the bag. I mean, use half for the top part of the bag and then a different section at the bottom of the bag. Because I'd like to use all of it because it sort of blends in with all the colours, but I'll see. I might not, it might be too much inside the bag. You know, sometimes bags can get a bit too busy inside. So, but I have lots of fabric I can play with. So I don't really know where you are. Oh, there we are on the video. I just wanted to check and I think I've just banged it. So what I want to do is, now this is a bit crooked. I have tried to stretch the tapestry out, but I don't think it matters, and I don't actually know which way the tapestry goes. Does it go that way? But I don't know. I think I like it that way, or actually hang on a minute, I like it this way because this one's sticking out and that one's going up there and they're just sort of going there, and as a rose of some sort it will just dangle down anyway. So this is the way I'm going to have it. So this is my, oh dear, this is my piece. Oh, it was a very late night last night. I didn't get to bed till 2 because I had to pick up my father and my stepfather from the airport because he came home from international travel. Now, where am I going with this? I'm just turning it around in a circle. So this is it here. Now, what I need to find is the middle. So let's just find the middle of the fabric. And just give it a bit of a crease, and I'll find the middle of this. Don't know whether this will crease. As you can see, this is the back. So, pin. So I put a pin in there. Let me do this here. Now you don't need to have right sides together. I don't even know where I am on the video. I've realised I keep bumping the video because I'm moving on our wooden floor, so I'll do my best to try and keep still. Okay, so that's the bottom. That's the edge. So what I really need to do is, if I want the same on this side as this side, I'm going to have to fold it over like this. And I'm going to have to cut. On this here. Now I don't mind it being a little bit shaped, a bag shaped. Let's hope it works. Let's just fold this over. let's shape the bag. I shouldn't really cut on there in case I cut the actual thing. Now that's not much wastage, so that's good. Tiny little bit up there. That's the bottom, so that's good. Oh, that looks good. All right, let's now shape this. Fingers crossed. Tiny little bit there. So what we need to do is shape the bag a little bit more to I'm just thinking, sorry. Think. I need to come up here. Or, you know what, I'm just going to have straight sides. It's just too hard. Just have straight sides. That's what I'll do. I'll just have straight sides and a curled up top. I just realised I should put right sides together, because the left side and the right side might be different. Hopefully my head is not in the way. See that? That's different up there. It'll all work out. Get rid of that. Right, that's good. Turn that around, get rid of my little bit of wastage, which was good. I didn't want to waste too much. So that's just one's. You know what? I need to get rid of this. This is getting annoying. I should have got rid of that first. That can go in the bin. Right, now where were we? Right. I don't think there'll be too much wonkiness, that's my grand dog's name, because I'm going to cut up the corner anyway. So let's just find the top again. I want that to be the top. So that's straight up there. You can just manipulate the fabric by just giving a bit of a tug there, and it's because the bag is wonky, the thing, I might just, I don't know, I might just leave that for now. I don't want to cut it off in case I make a mistake. So let's cut into the sides of the bag. Sorry about the noise of the scissors, I didn't realise they were so loud. Okay, that would be fine there. Now I've just got to figure out, do I want this inside the bag or not? Maybe I could have one side of it inside the bag and the other side plain. Yeah, I think I'd like that. So let's get a pattern off this here. I'll just use one side of it. Where are my scissors? I've realised I've been doing all this and maybe haven't been on the camera, so I'm sorry about that. So what I did was I cut the shape of the tapestry to the shape of this, because my iPad, which I'm filming on, seems to be way over there on that side, and I'm standing up, so, and I'm not used to standing up either. So I'm in the process now of cutting the lining of the bag. Right, you can get rid of that now. Hello, Miss Reva. That's my daughter's cat. Well, she lives here with me, but this is my daughter's cat. I'll have to be back. I'll be back. That was my son. I'm back with, and I also, get my words out, found some fabric which is just plain, and I didn't want too much thought into it because I'll be here all day, and it's been around, and I've been wanting to do this for months, so I just wanted to get it done. So now the next thing I need to do is sew up the sides of the bag and then put my handles on, and I have these handles. So I've got to figure a way of attaching the handles. I might just do it like that and then have to hand sew it, and then I will be putting in Nanna's RIC RAC. So let's find the lining and attach that now so I don't forget. Now I've got to make sure that when I cut the fabric here that I don't turn the lining up the wrong way, because once you cut it, you're obviously cutting into the shape. Right, so that's fine. So that means that's the top. So we'll put Nanna's RIC RAC here. Now I will sew this on, I think I'm going to do it on my overlocker, because it will just give it strength because of the tapestry. So I'm just going to think. So that's the lining. So obviously I'm going to do a turnover at the top, I think, first as well. I'll figure that out once I've sewn the bag, I think. Hello, Reva. And I've got to put this somewhere. you know what? I think I'm just going to add it to that. Sometimes you've just got to do things without overthinking it, and that's my problem. I overthink things and I never, whoopsie daisy, I'll never get it done. That's one of the dogs banging my stuff around. Oh, I'm just looking for Red. There you are, miss. Did you want to say hello to everybody on the camera? You won't see this one very much, but this is little Reva. You say hello to everybody. Okay. She's a three-legged cat. Oh, there she goes. She's gone. So I'll be back with the bag together. Now she's hissing at the dog. Okay, I'll be back. So I've come back on to show you the rest of the bag that I'm making. Just making sure, sorry it's wobbling, I just was up on my tippy toes. And yes, it is, yep. So, handles, they're my handles. This is the lining, and what I've done is I've rounded off the edges, and I've come straight up here. At first I did it up the top here and you couldn't get in at all, and I thought, oh no, it's wrong, so I had to reshape it all, cut it, and now I've left a bigger opening so you can see that's the lining. I did a big pocket, and I just put it in the bottom and just overlocked. Stuck the Nannas Travelling RIC RAC on here. And I have the other piece of RIC RAC. I might put it on along there, I'm not sure. So I turn this in the right way, in the right way for the bag. So this is the other side of the bag with the tapestry, and this is the other side of the bag with the fabric. But I'm not quite sure what's happened up here. I don't know. That's the inside, and I put some wadding on there. Sorry, I was just thinking what I was doing. So which way was I having I think I was having it the plain side on the side and the coloured side on that side. So I just put the bag in here. Now I may also need to, I'll just sit down. I may also need to just fix up the seams. See, that's coming undone. Wait a minute. That's only that tiny little bit there. So I'll just pull that tight. That'll be all right there. So I just have to put I have to think what I'm doing. Put the pin in there. I've never made one of these before, so I don't actually know what I'm doing. So let's straighten all that up. That's the bag for one side, that's the bag for the other. And that's the inside of the bag, so that looks good on the inside of the bag. Now I've just got to figure out how to do the top with this. So what I'm thinking, I might need to get some green thread, which I've got here. What's that there? No, that's no. I'll just use this type of thread. Oh, I hate it when I do that. Because my floor is wooden, the table wobbles, unfortunately, when I move the table. move the chair, the ground wobbles. I don't have concrete. This looks good. I don't know, I have no idea. Anchor. So it's just a second, an old recycled, you know, so I've been given it. I've either bought it or I've been given it. So let's just do some, like I said, this is trial and error. I have no idea what I'm doing. And it's, oh, I thought it knotted itself. Oh, it did a little bit. Right, so let's put a nice big knot under there. That looks good to me. I probably don't need a knot actually. I probably need one that doubles over. Makes a loop knot. Wasn't long enough, was it? Look, I'll just start again. Obviously when you knot it over, double it over, you've got to make sure that your knot goes at the end, not at the top of the... Sometimes if you do wet your fingers, it helps it a lot. There's my big loop. Right. What was I doing? I have no idea. Right. What I need to do is these pieces here need to be like tucked in. I'm thinking, because you don't want to see them, do you? Probably need to be like that, don't they? Oh, what's happened there? How did I get that through there? Right. Wished I probably need to overlock that. I might just go and put that on the overlocker because I can see it's going to fray and lose its thing. I'll be back. So I'm back and I've done that. So let's sit down again. Oh, I just need my tea, just a minute. Oh, that's so lovely. Okay, chop off the extra bits of, this is handy. The other day I went to one of those, you know, little cheap shop things, and I had one of these and I thought it was fabulous to put my rubbish in. So I'll put this down. I'm out of sorts now because I've got to try and think how to put this together. So doesn't matter if the inside's a tiny little bit bigger. That's fine. I don't really need wadding on that side. I just wanted wadding on this side. So this will go in there like that. And I have a feeling I'll do that there. But then I've got to pinch that over there like that. But pinch the, what's it called? Let's get rid of that pin. The lining together. I've got to I think I pulled a thread. That's what that's from. Just, yeah, I have pulled the thread. Anyway, not to worry. Let's get friction pen. And just mark out. Sorry, I forgot you were there. Just trying to, yep, mark out the inside where I need to put the handle. Oh, I'm struggling today to just talk. Okay. So if that's over there like that, I know Sally did her bag, so but I don't know if her handles were the same as mine. So potentially, yeah, I could just open it up like that, don't I? Okay. So where's my pins? Now what I'm struggling is with this, when I put it out flat, see how it's up there like that? I might have to just stitch that down. I'll right on the edge to hold, because I think the fabric, when I've turned it in the other way, has stretched, not stretched, it's not big enough. I don't know, because I don't know why it's curling up like that. So maybe I could just sew the edge down on the inside, or just hand stitch some blanket stitch all the way around, and it might help sit that down. But let's just focus on the bag. I just want to pull that in slightly. Right. Doesn't matter if there's too much bag inside the lining. I just want to make sure these get lined up. Okay, pins here. Okay, pins on the other side while it's lying flat. Now this little tiny bit is a bit bigger, so that's okay. Because that's just under there, it'll be fine. It's kind of only going to be the lining of the bag. You just make adjustments to the bag. Okay, so let's deal with this here. I need to just, this is coming undone, so I just need to deal with the threads and tie a knot. I usually don't have a problem with all that, but there must be something wrong with the tension. Where's the scissors? And how I don't even know if I've asked you how you all are. I wonder what projects you're up to. Let me know what you're doing in the bottom and of the comments. Now that is not going my way there, is it? I can always just unpick that. So I need to have the right sides, you know, the lining and the other one facing together. I'm going to get the little clips and clip this. I do have to lick my fingers. It's really hard to move fabric when it's stuck on each other. So just fold those in under there and I'll clip that. Now I know that's where the pin is, but that's fine. Now just make sure you clip it well, because you don't want it to be coming undone. So I'll do this other side over here. I'll undo that for a minute, just to roll the, ow, fabric over and tuck that under there like that. I'll just put the pin back in. I hope you can see what I'm doing because I can't see what the camera's up to. Got a nice big fat one there. I haven't used those much, so they come in handy. Actually, excuse me. Sorry about that. My dog is on my bed and he thinks he can just bark at anybody that walks past. So I just had to tell him it's okay. He's not coming in the house. All right. So I've done that side. Let's tackle this side. Now you're probably not seeing what I'm doing, but I'll get there in a minute. Just got to put my pin in. Oh, I dropped the scissors. I need to move over. Just probably bumped the whole thing and you're probably going, oh dear. Oh, I sort of need a little bit more drink when I'm trying to tackle. A non-alcoholic drink, I mean. Not when I'm trying to tackle something I've never done before. I have a sore eye. I think I've got a sty on my eye. So I'll have to get my wedding ring out and do that. Right, let's do the end of this one. So this is going to be the same process by just folding it over and meeting the edges. So you hide all those, oh, excuse me, hide all those seams. And then you can just do any sort of stitch you want, really. Haven't figured out what stitch I'm going to do, but the clips are working well to hold it all down. I think they're better than the pins, to be honest. At least I'm not going to stab myself. So there's the edge there. It's a bit tricky when it's the oh, what do you call it? The seam on the edge of the bag. Where's that big one? I don't know. Oh, here it is. Now, it's a little bit of extra fabric, but you just have to fudge it in and it will go. You make these things work sometimes. Once I get the thread and start sewing, you probably won't see some of that white overlocking thread. I'm not going to make you watch all of this, but I'll just turn this over and do a little bit of stitching, and then I'll do it off camera and come back. So you can see the process that I'm doing, and maybe you might be able to do something like this. Don't know whether you'd be able to do it by hand with the thickness of the tapestry, but who knows. So there are my 4 sides. It's ready to sort of flop open, sit and flop open, which is great. I should have probably gone over there because it doesn't look very nice with that white. Maybe I'll just do that off camera. I can just hand stitch that down there like that and just fold that over, so it makes it look nicer than what that does there. Sometimes I don't know where the camera is to me showing you, so I'm sorry if I've missed out a little bit. So let's get our thread. Let's hope that this is thick enough. If not, I do have a lot thicker. Just let me have a look. I fix up my chair. I'm going to cover my chair one of these days as well. Okay. It's quite thin. You won't see it. But I have this here. They're only short pieces. It would be too difficult to do short pieces. No, it's not what I want. This is nice. Let's just, oh, that is a nice colour, but it's, I think they're very short pieces. They are. Yeah, that really is a bit too thin, isn't it? Unless I do that. No. All right, I will have to think about it, and that is the perfect colour, and see what I come up with. And so when you see the video next, you'll see what I've done with the thread. So I'll just stop the video for now. Found the thread, and it is this one that I didn't think it was going to work, but when I measured it, I pulled it off the one of these. I got these, you know, de-stash place thing when, oh, you know what I mean. And so I measured along there, and it's going to, even if I just go from there to there and then a new one from there to up there, it's going to fit, because look, it's just an absolute perfect colour. So I'm happy about that. I say that a lot, don't I? But that's good. I suppose that's a good thing. I need to sort out my thing. It's just too many stuff around me. I can't think straight. I always need to tidy up my area as I'm going along. So hopefully I've sorted out, hopefully the needle will work, and I might need to put my thimble on and have a little drink. Oh dear, Miss Lulu, you've fallen apart, you've fallen off, you've fallen down. You sit right there. I don't know if anybody's seen Corinne's video today, and I don't know when I'm putting this up, so it'll be, you know, maybe I don't know. What am I trying to say? It'll be today. I watched it today, but she's put it up, which was the 11th. And it's about Skeeter and Scooter. Oh my gosh, I just want to just get in and make a mouse, but I'm just too busy at the moment. But it's so funny and hilarious and just so cute listening to her talk about Scooter and Skeeter. And it's just really good entertainment, to be honest, because there's not much entertainment going on in the TV world. I just think it's just so boring. There's nothing to watch, and I don't like all those reality TV shows. They're just ridiculous. It doesn't make a show when everyone's bagging each other out and pulling everybody apart. And as for the news, oh, that's even more depressing. So I just want to thank Corinne. I know I don't think she watches my videos, but that's okay. If you do, and if you get a chance to go over and just watch her series on Skeeter and Scooter, the Mouse Mansion, I should say. It's just hilarious to watch. So all I'm going to do is just do an overcast stitch. I should have probably done a blanket stitch actually, but it doesn't matter. And now that I think about it, I might have to stop halfway and redo my yarn, because, you know, obviously doing all this stitching can gobble it all up. But that's all right. As long as I found the right colour, I'm happy. We've had a bit of rain here today, so that's very nice. The two of my kids came over for dinner, and last night we had my son's favourite cannelloni, and then I made a sort of a meat cannelloni, which was really difficult to do, but I did make something. Oh, I need to put my... I know, I'm sorry, it looks funny, but I have split my finger there, and every time I do the needle, it goes straight into that, and it kills really badly. So unfortunately, you're just going to have to see me wear my thing. I know it looks a bit strange, but I'm trying to get it to heal because I cut it somehow, and that was the result of that. So I hope this bag works out well. I won't be making bags all the time, or, you know, I've got a lot more, I've got some more of the bamboo handles, so maybe I'll just have fun and make something. So that's going to take me forever, but I'm hoping it will keep it locked down. Doesn't look too bad. I think I could go a little bit wider, to be honest. Doesn't matter that that's a bit shorter. Nothing needs to be perfect when you're doing slow stitching. Maybe some stitches, of course, you want to try and get them correctly, but, you know, let's embrace the relaxation that this gives us. Gives us time to think, makes us relaxed, gives us those happy endorphins. I was happy when I had COVID because I could just stay home for the whole week. I didn't have to go out to the stupid shops, which I hate doing. I'm not a shopper, but I hate sometimes even going to get groceries. And I couldn't go anywhere and see anybody. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love people, but it was just lovely just to stay home for a whole week. But then I was eager to get out and see people, see my friends, go over to my daughter's house. But it was nice just to stay home and know that you didn't have to go out the door. And you could probably stay in your pajamas that little bit longer. Now the thread is going to twist, so sometimes you have to get and untwist it by turning it, by letting it go and twisting it untwisted. I don't know what I've just said. So I've booked in for Corinne's retreat next year, so I'm excited about that in Hervey Bay. I didn't really make that any longer, did I? Oh well, not to worry. It is working. I think it will stay strong because this stuff is pretty strong. A fair few threads that make it. If it gets a bit untwisted, just give it the twist again, because by you threading it in and out, it would just lose its twist. So I could just stop the video for now. I might just do a little bit more, and I will come back to you when I'm maybe constructing the handle, because if you don't know how to do this sort of thing, and I don't know either, but I'm the one that's trying to make it work, at least if I show you what to do, you might want to try and make something of your own. If you find those handles, you know, you can get them from the op shops. Temu have them, believe it or not. Maybe Amazon, an online bag store might have them. I don't think Spotlight do, but there's plenty of online bag shops online. They might have them. Right, that's it, because I've just unthreaded that, and that's going to be annoying. So I think I like that so far. Like I said, I still have to figure out what I'm going to do about this. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments how I can fix that sort of, I don't know, puffiness. It just doesn't feel very relaxed to the fabric. I should have made it a little bit looser. So I'll be back with extra bits to attach to this. So I'm back to show you my bag. So I've done some stitching. Hopefully I've done it okay. And so what I've done is folded over this part first onto the ring, and then folded over the hem of the lining over that part like that. So it becomes something like that. You can see a little bit of the lining of the bag, and I'm happy with that. This worked out well. It's a little bit, a bit different there. Maybe it's because I didn't pull it up further in. That's probably what I should have done, but it's okay. All the sewing of this worked out well. So I just wanted to show you, and there's the lining and my pocket, and this is the other bag. So I just wanted to show you, and then also on the sides, all I did was fold in the edges like I showed you before. And then I just did a whip stitch all the way around with that green cotton, which I was happy with. And all it was one strand. And whenever I ran out, I just added more, obviously. So I just wanted to show you the progress for the other part of the bag. Just get myself organised. What that is. Oh, that's a bit of the thread. That was silly. Let's cut that off. So where am I? So I'll turn it around this way. I need to get my needle organised. That can go in the scrap bin. So I'm going to fold that over there. I'm going to, what I did before was come up under here. And then I'm just going to go along the edge to make it a little bit flat. And then that gets rolled around like that. little bit more stitching along the edge. Ow, my finger. I don't know where my thing is. Oops, wrong way. It's not easy doing it the second one. I think it would. So I've just pushed that through from one side to the other and come out here. And you just got to pull it tight. Unfortunately, the overlocker didn't get on the edge, so I've just got to make sure that I'm not going to fray. Oh, that's too wide. So if you just make a mistake, just unpick it. The stitches are there too wide. You only want to make them about that wide. Come up there. Go back down. Sorry, you can't see that, I know. Go back down there. And you're sort of running the needle along the line of the wood underneath. You want to make sure that when you put it in, you're just getting the line along here pretty straight, because this is the outside of the bag, you see. And you want them close together. So you can see it's going to be running a stitch all the way along there. So hopefully the fabric will, let's hope that it will stay flat. So I must remember that I've got to try and have it neat and flat. They've got to be roughly the same. You just twist that round like that. I think I've got too much of this here, because I can't remember what this one was like, because it's all tucked in now. So hopefully I haven't left myself too short in the length of it. If I find that I think it could be alright, I'll just move my fabric Now I will go off and I'll finish this and come back, because you don't need to see me do this, but this was the process I was doing for the other side of the bag. this one in. And you can do this for probably all the other type of handles I have, and some handles have the wood go through, or they have those little clippy things. I'll just get and show you them. I've got some that have this little clip thing, so you have to design your bag differently again. But this is what I would do for this type of handle. All right, so I'll be back. So here I am, nearly finished. And I thought I would just come in and show you what I'm doing to the last part of the bag. So, I've got my footstool sorted out. So I folded that over, and then I came along through the seam and went just backwards and forwards, and it'll be under there because you can't see it. And then I've just carefully tried to match the same as this side here, like that. And now I'm just about to sew down. I've just folded that over. That's my dog having a roll. Tuck that in, and then just puts a couple of pins to hold it there. And as you can see, all I'm doing is just going over the stitch like this. Hopefully my dog's not too noisy, but he's decided to have a roly-poly on the floor. He's so funny when he does that. He thinks nobody's watching. You're right now? Is that better? He's looking at me to say, what's all the fuss about? It's just having a roll. So yes, all you've got to do is just anchor the edge down as close as you want to. If you feel like you want to put more stitches in, go for it. So this project's gone a lot quicker than I thought, and I'm actually really happy with it. I could have done it ages ago, but I just had things I needed to get finished. I think I've realised that if I have too much on the go, I just get bogged down and I just don't finish them, or I just lose the enthusiasm of it all. So I've got to remember not to take on too many projects at one time. I don't mind a few, but 4 at one time's a lot. And of course your thread always comes out when you're on the video. And you can never thread it back in again as quickly as you want to. So what have I got here? I've gone up too far with that, but that's okay. I'll just fix that up there and pop that in there like that. Sometimes the bag doesn't always go the way you want it to go. You just have to adjust it how you need it to fit. It's a bit what do you call it? I've sewn up the bag on this side, and it's a bit too much. Oh, I need my pliers. Ow. just go over and over a bit, just on the edge. So I hope this has inspired you to, you know, if you've got some handles, to go and make a bag. You don't have to have it this big. You can have it shorter. You can have it any size you want. If you've got any questions, just ask. And just to get rid of the thread, I'm just going to feed it back in on itself. Like that, and then just pull it through. There we go. And then that will get rid of the thread. And I'll just cut that off. Now I do have my little, the RIC RAC. And I don't know where I've put it. I had it yesterday. I did. Well, I'm going to have to find that because I definitely had it yesterday and I don't know where it's gone. It might be out on the other table, but I'll pop that on as well. Put my needle in here because I keep losing my needles. Yeah, I don't know where I put that. So this is the bag, all done. And you can just twist that round there just to make that sit down. If I think that's a bit puffy up there, I'll just cut some of that off and undo it and redo it. But that's the bag all ready, nice and flat. And what I can do is, I'm thinking about, unless I put it in here. No, that's the little baby RIC RAC, but there was the big long one. And I've got to fix up the pocket. And if you want to do some embellishment for some flowers, which I might do later on, because I want to, you know, hold this down a bit, because I haven't done anything. All you've got to do is just pull out the lining of the bag. I haven't made a hole in the bottom of the bag. I just wanted to, you just pull the lining of the bag out, and then you just be careful. You can pull this apart here, and you can just hold this up, and you can try and I'll do some stitching around the edge. But if it doesn't work, I'm just going to leave it. I might just do a little bit of seed stitching carefully, just to hold the fabric down onto the wadding. I should have glued it down, but I didn't. So I want to thank you very much for watching, and I hope you liked my little bag project from Christines Fabric and Nanna's Travelling RIC RAC. And I'm going to be using it at my Fleur Woods retreat. And what I've decided, because this is green as well, I'm going to put my book in there, Fleur Woods' beautiful book. So that's going in there. I don't know whether that will fit right there in the pocket. And Fleur Woods, I bought this beautiful little bag. This is Fleur Woods' bag with all her trims and stuff in there. Where's the trims there? And all the other little bits and pieces. Can't remember what else was in there. Oh, a little, you know, thank you note. Some magnets for the book to write in your favourite page. So I want to thank you very much for watching, and in you go. And even go, I think it can even go this way, and that'd be great to take away. All the colours match with the green and the pinks on here as well. So it's a perfect little bag. Oops, that's probably way too close for your eyeballs. Sorry. Sorry about that. But yes, so that's my beautiful bag. I didn't realise I was that close to the video. And that's the other side. And it fits well at the bottom with everything in there. Look, that could have been a little bit straighter, but hey, I'm not worried about that. It's my bag. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye for now.